Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Cross. Last time we defeated not only the Fire Dragon, but 3 of the most powerful of the Acacia Dragoons. 3 of the 4 Devas, and well, there isn't a 4th one at the moment, so we kind of defeated all of them. This time, well actually, last time when we defeated those Dragoons, we got our 15th star level. At that star level, a number of characters, though not all, get access to their level 5 techs. Luminaire is the one that Surge gets, targets all enemies, it's level 5. Everyone will eventually get a level, well, everyone except for one character will get a level 5 tech at some point. Kid over here has a familiar name, Red Pin, which is the name of a dual tech with Luca and Frog in the previous game. In this case, it also hits all enemies. We will probably show that off before too long. Lena has an interesting one, a Virgin's Prayer to recharge Element's power. This is supposed to recharge, I'm guessing, some random elements. I don't know how this works because I almost never use her much beyond this dungeon. There's just better characters available to us after this point. Lena's a really good character early game to use because she's got strong magic, she's blue innate, which gives her access to the first summon element that we have. Overall, it's a really good time making use of her. Also, as you saw in the previous episode, we run into groups of 4 enemies here. You can use Frog Prince, get 4 of those shiny dudes, get up to 20 real fast. Doesn't have to be exactly 20, but in and there and around. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Now, some characters do not get this. They will not get their level 5 tech at the same level. So we got to level 15, and some of us got it, and some, like Nikki, did not. I'm not going to go over all of them because it really doesn't matter. Pip has an interesting one if you care to use Pip. And that's because it will heal all allies, both HP and stamina. So that could be useful depending on how you're setting things up. It's way better than any healing element we have because stamina is very important, especially in certain situations. Alright, with that being said, we cleared out the yellow circle there by doing things over on the left. So now let's change gears and head over to the right. This one is not much of a puzzle. This one's pretty basic. Go fast. Go fast. Yeah, a lot of the movement is a little long. Now, the way this works is the Watchkeeper faces north as we defend the fort. The way it works is the statue will always face north, regardless of what its orientation in the room is. Sometimes it'll be facing you, sometimes I think it might be facing a different direction. But the idea here is using its eyes as facing north. You need to adjust to whichever one you want to fall into. First thing you want to do is you want to fall in the southern, or the lower hole there. Because the way this works is you rotate the thing and then you fall down the hole. So because it's looking north, to the left of north is going to be west. So we want to fall down west. So this will rotate around east, south, and then finally west. This is going to drop us here and give us access to the treasure of this section of the area. A Flame Charm, protects against anti-red. Volcano Trap to add to our collection. A Magma Burst, level 4, we've already got those. And a Fire Pillar, level 3. Now I'm going to show what happens if you touch that red save point there in a moment. Actually, can't remember which one you're supposed to go to for that. But yeah, when you get back in here, you'll notice that it is now facing down. So down is now north. So if we want to go to land where we can activate things, we need to go west again, because again, that'll be to the left of the dragon. And so there we fall down there. And that drops us onto this path, giving us access to another giant crystal thing. Not exactly sure what all these do. But they activate these little things, and it looks like there's a little DS in the middle. Now, I don't remember which one you need to go to get to that red save point, but I do want to show it off because it's been so long since I've actually used it. I can't remember what it does. I think it's supposed to be a healing of some sort. So let's guess that it's south? Do I want to do that one? I'm going to guess that it's this one. So that's going to spin it all the way around, and then we fall down. I was right. Body is brimming with energy. Oh, so it's a healing point. And if you'll remember at the in the previous episode, we talked about star levels. This restores, I guess, both HP and star levels. So now I don't have to go back to town in order to heal up. I could fight those guys. Nah. I would have to fall down the last hole in order to do that, and that takes too long. Alright, now we're going to head over and do the top right path. I'm just going to walk over the save point so that I get access to that here. The top right is kind of a maze. Also full of, I think, the most enemies of any of the areas. I think it's also the longest of them, too. So you want to go straight here first, and let's see. We're going to do all the exploration we can around. This is one of the few enemies around here that actually has something interesting to talk about, and that's the Cybots. The bats we've already run into. The Cybots, like everything else, has higher physical defense than magical defense, but in this case, it's massive. Even Surge can't do a lot of damage to it. So what I like to do is I like to do a little bit of chip damage with Surge, and then use either Luminaire or Meteor Shower, whatever you have that works real well for you. And the amount of damage should take out the bats, hopefully. There we go. And because it's magic damage, it'll do a good chunk of damage to the robot as well. Yeah, he's got a stronger physical attack than a magical attack, so you kind of want to be aware of that, but it's not a massive deal. Do you have Hero Blaster? Because he's yellow, and that should be enough to finish him off. As you're going through here, you'll want to make sure at least every couple of battles to save at least one element power. Ooh. No HP, but strength. We'll take it. Strength and magic. Strength and magic. Not bad. But yeah, you'll want to make sure that you keep some element power so you can heal after battle, so you don't have to bother going into the menu there. I can't remember if I'm supposed to go up or down, or where I'm supposed to go here. Like, I have it written down, but again, my directions don't make sense to me. I got caught by nothing. Okay, sure, why not? Yeah, these guys disappear. These guys are they called Paper Moon? I think they're called Paper Boy. Other than the fact that they Whoa! I did not realize they did that much damage. Let's kill them and make them gone. Okay, they fall down easy enough. Wow, did not expect them to do that much damage. We'll show off Red Pin in a little bit. But for now, let's use something green to finish this guy off. That was a lot of damage. Yeah, make sure you save some element power or something like that happens. Cure Plus in play. Alright, we got a treasure chest here containing antidote. Not that that's particularly valuable, but it's there. And I'm going to make everyone's life a little bit easier here so we don't spend forever running through the same areas. This is probably the game's biggest downside, is the movement's a little on the slow side. It takes forever to do anything. You know, everything takes forever. The battles take forever. So having that fast forward feature, which in the original game was only given to you after you gained access to New Game Plus, having it from the start really makes a difference in your ability to enjoy the game and not struggle endlessly at the same kind of stuff. So yeah, basically same strategy. There's not really anything that changes from fighting these guys, but I would still go out of your way to try and fight as many of them as you can. Gain yourself a little bit of experience, and Lena does not do anywhere near enough damage to break his defense, so you'll just want to use ones to attack there. Maybe I'll use Frog Prince at one point. I will definitely be using it on the path that I do off screen, which will feature Guile's path. There's not a lot of money from that fight, but yeah, there are very few enemies around here that drop anything. I think the first bats we ran into in the previous episode, the Gogles, they have an Electro Bolt rare drop, but other than that, very few enemies here have anything else worth dropping. Or stealing, for that matter. The only reason I'm continuing to bring Kid with me is there's a couple of bosses that will give me something interesting to steal. And finish off him. Yeah, those guys will appear out of nowhere often. Lena? Are you okay over there? Yeah, the pathing can cause issues at times. I just fought another one of those groups of paper boys. Now we can let her stop tweaking out over there and head on down at that fort first so we can get this lonely treasure chest. And then fast forward our way back up, because that takes a long time. And there's our second tornado trap to go with the two that we bought before, just like with the volcano trap earlier. Alright, interestingly enough, this guy up there can actually jump down, so kind of beware of that. He's not the only one who can jump, though. Aeroblaster. This guy can jump, too. Okay, and after that battle, we are now in Sprain, and as you can see, I am walking. There is no way to not walk when you are suffering from sprain. I got two of my characters actually inflicted with that. I don't know if I've ever had that happen here in all the times I've played. But yeah, once you heal that off, then we can feel free to run again. Those were the attacks from those bats that I was dealing with there. So, anyway, just beware, it's their special attack called Mash. Okay, I guess we'll show off Red Pin here since I've got a good opportunity to do so. Throws a whole bunch of daggers. Now, I probably won't be able to execute this, but let's show off Maiden Heart to see exactly what it does. Oh, it only targets yourself. Well, I haven't used any elements. Well, we can at least see what it does. It's supposed to recharge used elements. Apparently, it can only target yourself, which is kind of useless, except for, I guess, maybe if you wanted to dual cast a summon. But, yeah, so there you go. That's what that does. And he falls down. Alright, continue down this path now. It's probably another one of these guys here, yep. Alright, finished off them. And I think there's one treasure over here. If you hit the blue button here, it activates these stairs, giving us that quick way back. So I'll just take those down. It just leads down those same stairs, leads you to pretty much the same place. And in here... Oh! Hi! Okay, we're back, and I made some minor changes, but nothing major. We'll go on about it a little more once we talk to the very scary-looking whatever you are. Yes, the top two of these crystals are guarded by boss fights. This guy is Taurusoid. As you might expect, being that he's giant, he has high physical defense. Not quite as high as the Cybots, but pretty high. Sadly, he's got a bit of a quirk. He's got a lot less magic defense, but to counteract that, if you cast any yellow elements against him, since he's green, he counters instantly with Heal All. And heals enough that you need to do a lot of damage to really counteract it, and it's just not really worth it. So the first thing I'm going to do is low rest to lower his defense a little bit. And next, yeah, as you can see, we're not doing much for damage here. And our next move is to weaken him, because he only has two other moves other than his Heal All counter. His physical attack, and any of his numerous attacks. They're all relatively powerful, and this guy's got about double the amount of HP of anyone we've fought up until now. So this is not going to be a short fight. So I have a couple of weakens packed. We're not going to bother with any more low rest because he'll just heal. But all of his techs are single targeting. So I've removed most of my Heal Alls and replaced them with Cure Pluses so that I am able to easily heal without adding green to the field, because I definitely don't want to do that and make him any stronger. We're going to Eagle Eye Surge. We are going to get one shot in. And let's see here. Before I set up Diminish, I do want to do one thing here. I would like to strengthen Surge. And we're going to use Dash and Slash before I use Diminish to lower the element field. Since I'm not relying on elements in this fight, I am going to... Dash and Slash will do more than... Luminaire, by the way. At least I think it will. Especially with Strengthen in play. So we've done that. This isn't a counter. This is just one of his normal attacks. They do a bunch of damage. So let's get shot in there. And then throw Diminish up to reduce all of his techs from dealing damage. He has two general attack patterns. One of them basically alternates between techs and attacks, and the other one, he'll start doing back-to-back techs a lot. Apparently one of them is more difficult, and it's kind of random which one he uses according to this walkthrough. I normally just come in here and beat up on him and not worry about it too much, but if I remember correctly, I probably didn't have an easy time of this on my first playthrough. Next thing we want to do is we want to set up Turn Yellow on Surge. Sadly, there's no real good yellow elements that I can use to quickly add to the field effect. I'm going to do a couple of attacks here. Surge, do another attack there, get some nice damage out of it. I've got a couple Turn Yellows set up as well so that I can quickly add that to him there. Diminish is helping us a lot already, you can see it. Go. Just gonna keep going with Surge until we run out of his stamina there. Lena doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but what I am going to use her for is healing. So let's go and heal Surge there. Now, I could have brought in someone like Poshel in here that would have done significantly more damage as opposed to someone like Lena, but I was too lazy to go back to the save point and heal and all that kind of stuff. Let's have you. I don't want that. I want to set up Eagle Eye. Get my accuracy back there. Nice. Got 2 criticals in a row. I'll take that. And we're going to go for Luminaire just because we need something to break up that field effect. We want to remove any green from the field whenever possible. Sadly, not right now, but yeah, see, it doesn't do very much, but let's use some attacks here to build up our stamina back and get Surge closer to being able to attack again. Diminish makes all the difference in this fight. See, he's gone into his attack pattern that allows him to use that twice. Without Diminish, this hurts. Even as it is, that did quite a bit of damage. Now, I do... Where is my... There's my Recover All. I would prefer to use Recover All because it's not green. And we'll have you do a little bit of chip damage here just to get stamina back for Surge. And we'll throw Strengthen back on Surge, since I'm sure that's run out by now. Sadly, it doesn't announce when your elements run out. Turn yellow on Surge as well. Max out his damage capability here. There we go. See, those weren't even criticals. Now, in early versions of certain emulators, the animation for this glitched the fuck out. And all of the polygons just started whipping around doing crazy stuff. You could also summon Frog Prince in that fight if you want to deal some additional damage. You could risk doing Magnify with that, but if you are going to do that, I would try and deal about half of his HP off first. Deal 5, 6, 7, 800 damage first, and then go to that. Because if he gets to use a lot of attacks with Magnify in place, you're going to get a game over really fast. He has nothing valuable to steal, a Tornado Trap or rarely a Sonya Trap, and his drops are crap as well. We got Strength, more Strength and Magic, more Strength and Magic. I can't believe I have 30 Strength with Surge on this path already. That is nuts. Alright. And with that, we've activated another one. Not exactly sure what we're activating, but we're activating something, and presumably that's going to let us get through this area. Now, I don't know how anyone else has gotten through here, since we've already heard that people like General Viper and Lynx were already here. So I'm not exactly sure which, how they managed to get through here. But, yeah, the enemies respawn after the boss fight. Now, there is a specific reason why I recommend doing that fight first before heading up here to do the last one. And that would be... I think it's not Lena. Okay, who had it? Nikki's one of them. There are a handful of characters that now get access to a level 6 element slot. This is going to be profoundly important because in order to trap elements that are level 6, you need a level 6 slot. That being said, I am going to have to swap out my characters, and instead of running in and starting the next path, I think we're just going to call it a day for now, have a little bit of a shorter episode, make it easier for me to edit, and then we can go at the start of the next one, the new party, head on over to figure out what's going on in the last of the 4 doors that they've given us access to, and see what we can get with some nice trap elements. all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.